welcome back to the Calvin Tobin Show. I am your host, Calvin Tobin. Today we have a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it. All right, the MLB is officially back for the 2022 season, and it is off to a hot start with some chirping fighting to old faces in new places to young future all-stars just making plays all over the place. Now, before I get into all of that, let me talk about this. With the time start of the new 2022 MLB season, thankfully it was able to start a week before it was initiated to start based on the agreements that was happening between MLB owners and the MLB commissioner, Rob Manfred. Originally, based on what was going on between deals and agreements and all that, the original date was going to be April the 15th, but we were able to do it 8 days earlier and do it on Thursday, April 7th. Now, thankfully we were able to do that because now we are off to a hot start in the new season. Now, the first day, opening day, was absolutely crazy. We now have back-to-back years on opening day for a record of where 4 different players hit a walk-off home run. And the craziest one was probably, most likely, Josh Donaldson, and that was opening day, and that shows that he might be a great player for the Yankees this year. Now, in other players in new places, we got Chris Bryant in Colorado. We got Trevor Story in Boston. We got Robbie Ray in Seattle. We got Corey Seager in Texas. Like, this season is about to be a whole lot of interesting of what we're going to see. Now, what's been going on? Jeez, multiple strikeouts, home runs being blasted out of stadiums, and like I said, young all-stars. This is what I'm about to get into, because these young all-stars are showing that they are the future of this league, and it is in safe hands from when all the older guys retire. And that is Bo Bichette's fielding, Wander Franco's fielding, Stephen Kwan's hitting, and Vladimir Guerrero's hitting ability, and Shohei Ohtani, not really a young guy, but still practically a rookie in the MLB, but he's only 2 years in. But these guys are the future of baseball, and I can't wait to see how their careers are going to unfold. It's going to be absolutely nuts. Now, here are my predictions for AL and NL MVP, Cy Young Award winners. For the AL, my MVP is going to be Shohei Ohtani. If he can do anything even remotely close to what he did last year with pitching and hitting, Shohei Ohtani is going to win MVP after MVP after MVP, and it's not going to be fair because of how great and how unbelievably talented Shohei Ohtani is. Now, for the Cy Young Award winner, I say it's going to be Yankees pitcher Garrett Cole. He was second place last year, but Robbie Ray's year in Toronto was just too good. But Garrett Cole, as I said, he did get second place. I think he can get over that second place hump and get his Cy Young Award win this year and get another one for his resume. Now, for the National League, my MVP, I say it's going to be Pete Alonso. This guy is all world with power. This guy can hit, and this guy loves to carry that ball out of stadiums like no other. Unfortunately, he's not been as many all-star appearances as he should, but I do think because Pete Alonso is an unbelievable player, and he's only 4 years into his career, and I think he can win his first MVP this year. For the Cy Young Award winner, I'm going all the way up to Milwaukee, and I'm going to say it's going to be Brandon Woodruff. Milwaukee has the most elite pitching lineup. Based on last year, 3 of their pitchers were all mentioned or possibly a candidate for the Cy Young Award. 3 of them. 3 of them. Josh Hader, Corbin Burnes, and Brandon Woodruff. Like, what? Corbin Burnes did win it last year for Milwaukee. I think Brandon Woodruff can get it this year. Like, it looked like that Brandon Woodruff was going to win it last year, but towards the end, Corbin Burnes started like keeping that consistency, and that's what made him jump his own teammate. And that is my prediction of who I think is going to win those awards for the MLB. Now, speaking of awards, Doc Rivers has now become the 9th all-time winner in coaching. He has now 1,043 wins, and he did it with Philadelphia. Very, very impressive for what Doc Rivers has done throughout his entire career. Now, I do think that this year is his best shot to get that championship because he's got James Harden, he's got Tyrese Maxey, he's got Joel Embiid, and he's got multiple other guys that can hit consistent buckets. And if there's one year, if James Harden is a one-hit wonder like he was in Brooklyn, this is the time and this is now where Philadelphia has their best shot to win that championship. Now, Joel Embiid, he's been on an absolute rampage all year long. Let's see if he can keep that going into the playoffs because now he is the first center since 2000 when Shaq did this. He's the first center since Shaq to win the scoring title at 30.6 points per game. Joel Embiid was absolutely freaking scary this year. And I think he can keep it going. Now, with the playoffs, I still don't like this play-in thing because I still think this play-in tournament is ridiculous. There's a reason it's the playoffs. It's the best of the best, and if you're not in, then you gotta die. You get to retry next year. Not where you have like potentially 2 teams that might possibly be 7 and 8, but like, come on. Like, it'd be 10 against 1 if the 10th seed got to that first round. Like, this playing stuff is just ridiculous to me. And I think they should get rid of it. But it is what it is, and we gotta see, and we're gonna see how it goes as years go on. Now, my prediction for the NBA Finals, I think that this is going to be the matchup. I think it's going to be Philadelphia versus Phoenix. And I think, and my prediction to win it all is Phoenix. For me, unless Chris Paul can do it again next year, I think that this is one of his last shots to get the championship. He won 64 games with Phoenix, and now let's see if he can finally get that chip. Because once he gets that chip, his legacy takes a ginormous jump. Absolutely huge because he just needs that. He's 3rd all-time in assists. He's 3rd all-time. And he's done a lot of other stuff with steals, assists, and getting his team to victories year in and year out. He just needs that chip to solidify his legacy. Now, my dark horse to win the championship is Memphis. Ja Morant has been unbelievable. He is an amplified version of Allen Iverson. Like, this dude is so special, it's not even funny. He's going to make people look bad for years to come. And I say, just for a random prediction, if I were to guess for Ja Morant's career, I say he could, for how good he is and what how he turned around Memphis already this fast in his third season. I say he can win 2 or 3 chips. If he stays with Memphis for a long time, I think he can help Memphis get 2 or 3 chips while he is there. Now, speaking of achievements, Alex Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby just both hit within the last week and a half. Both hit 1,400 points. Both of these guys were drafted in the same year, and one's a elite leader and all-around superstar, and one is the greatest goal scorer of all time. And I'm pretty sure you know exactly who's who, and I don't need to explain myself. But Sidney Crosby, as of a couple of days ago, he just got his 1,400th point. Sidney Crosby has been just absolutely phenomenal, fantastic. Every word that describes unbelievable and greatness, that's what Sidney Crosby has been throughout his entire career, along with 2 cups. Now, what's he going to end up with? Because he is in his 17th year, and so is Alex Ovechkin. How many points are these guys going to end up with? 15, 16, possibly 1,700 points? I don't know, because that is 300 points. But these guys can play 18, 19, 20, maybe even 20 plus seasons. So who knows of what they're going to finish with, but it is going to be pure greatness. All right, that's the end of the Calvin Tobin Show. Please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any sports media. And please follow me on my Instagram at Calvin Tobin Show so you don't miss out on any sports news whatsoever. And I'm out.